swear the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the pinche Houston sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real masa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn masa.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Okay, cool. Apologize for the noise of the fan, but it's Houston, Texas. It's humid.
And it's hot as balls.
It's hotter than a bitch.
I moved it, so it should actually be better.
No, it's not. I don't give a fuck. You're going to have to put up with this sound. Hey, wait. ¿Dónde le subo los audífonos? Por favor, believe it. Sa.
There you go. You sound really loud in mine.
Really? Well, you must be lifting hers up. Sorry, guys. You know, it's one of them kind of mornings.
Is it on or off?
I can hear myself. I just want it a little bit louder. You know, I'm a rapper, so I like to say, turn me up in the headphones.
Hi.
Bueno. Sí. Bueno. Sí. Fuck it. It's good enough. All right, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Chingo Blingo. Oh, you just turned me off.
Okay, that's yours.
My name is Chingo Blingo with the Big Tamarindo. This is episode number
70.
70. Ooh, we 30.
70.
We're 30 away from the hundo.
So are we still going to plan to do something for the 100? What do y'all
I think we should try to do the live podcast because 100 is a nice round number. It's not like you up there like, don't forget episode 71.
Yeah.
We want to meet you guys. Bring your questions. Fuck all that. We want to do this shit legit. We got producer Rob in the building.
Hello,
we got
guys.
Marisol.
Hey.
And I just got my ass handed to me in the boxing gym. I couldn't even breathe. But tell us about your morning, Marisol.
So I did another play date with Penny this morning with my girlfriends. And you know what? Just real quick, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you seriously are rich. In case you don't feel that way, you're rich. You're very fortunate to be able to stay at home and be with your kids.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Mister, I didn't want no coffee.
I didn't want them, but I want to taste your coffee.
You're just very fortunate to be able to stay with your kids. And I was thinking about that. You know, I was thinking about how fortunate I am to be able to spend my morning with my baby and then come to work, you know, and I'm still in my own house. You know, my babysitter shows up, she's in the front of the house, and then I come to the back of the house.
And Penny has no idea. She's just playing.
Yeah, you know, and so I just kind of...
too little to understand, like, okay, these motherfuckers are working.
Yeah. So I totally, like, I don't know, on my little drive back, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm really, like, fortunate to be able to... Even stay-at-home moms who don't work, go to work after, you're very fortunate because you have the opportunity to not miss a minute of what's happening with your child. Like me watching her play at the Children's Museum was really cool because her interacting, which by the way, my girlfriend's kids who are close to Penny's age, they have boys. So today, boys are rough. And I thought... it's going to be kind of hard because Penny's going to probably cry if they push her. Hell to the no.
What'd she do?
Penny was like, a ball landed, right? Hit her in the face and she just goes.
Like, who the fuck threw that
Like,
ball?
who the fuck just threw the ball? And so she
Which one of you motherfuckers threw that ball?
And she let it slide, right? And I thought it was funny. So she let it slide. She kept going.
She said, strike one.
So then there's a ball pen thing and both the boys are in there and Penny's just still kind of like peeping game. She's not really sure if she wants to get in or not. So she's kind of on the outside. So then she just kind of pushes both heads.
Pushes them?
Into the ball pit?
She's just like,
damn.
Okay. One of them, she's so curious because his hair's really curly, Fox. And his hair's really curly. And so she's like just doing this, like touching it, pulling it and touching it. And Fox is like, you know, like pushing, like, yeah, like, hey, he's older. He's 2.5. So he's like, understands, like, he just keeps looking like, hey, are you not going to tell her nothing? Yeah. Like, it was just funny. So my girlfriend, Rania, was like, she goes, she's going to be tough. She's hanging out with boys. She's like, she's going to be just defending herself. She's not going to be scared because this is who she plays with, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have any friends that have little girls right now. So, and the ones that do have baby girls, they don't live near me to do play dates or they have a job to go to during the day. So their babies go to daycare. So anyway, long story short, I just really appreciate that I got to do that. But at the same time, I got to observe nannies who take kids they take care of at the Children's Museum. And it was hilarious because they're almost like they're all friends or they almost live in the same subdivision. And I really don't know how they all know each other, but I thought it was hilarious. It's 4 of them sitting there, okay? And maybe I'm assuming that they're the nannies, but all the kids were blonde, blue eyes, and these women were
Salvadoran.
were not similar, and not even a little bit in the skin tone, maybe nothing, right? So I was like, okay. And how I figured they weren't how they were the nannies was one of them was like, hey, you didn't put no sunscreen on the little girl, right? And she was like, let her get some color. She's white as hell, And she's like, nah. She goes, I have sunscreen in my bag. She's like,
so the two Hispanic ladies know each other?
All four of them.
They all know
four
each other.
nannies know each other. It was just trippy watching it because
that's a reality show. Like
totally.
those nannies that Houston.
Hey, and it's almost like the rich nannies, because here's where I'm going, right? So I don't really know what makes a nanny and what makes a babysitter, but I guess I don't see Luisa as my nanny. I don't really know what the difference is, but nannies you can now get like some kind of degree to be a nanny.
Oh, what?
So yeah, there's a whole thing. So I really don't know. I just called Luisa my babysitter. Make a long story short, I couldn't see Luisa hanging with them ladies because I feel like Luisa would have checked all of them.
She's too real.
She's too real, right? Because they were all sitting there.
Shit, Luisa be checking me. She like, I see you just sipped out of that Coke Zero and then you just put it in the fridge. I was like, oh, Mickey was gonna take a sip too. She's like, okay, so y'all just taking sips? That's what y'all doing?
God damn.
Why don't you know what I'm saying? Get your 2 liter pull up.
And she doesn't like for us to the bottom of the soap that when you use it has very little at the bottom, right? And usually I just throw it away and replace it because we have.
What she say? Put some water in that thing.
What's water? And Mickey hates it. She goes, why did she put water in it? She said because she feels like you can still save the little bit at the bottom, then you replace after that's done, And she's like, so annoying. But it's funny because she feels we're very wasteful, because we're willing to throw that little piece at the bottom of soap away. She's like, no, you can add water to that. And I was like,
immigrant mentality.
Hey, but then I'm like, I don't even know how to respond in my own house. I'm like, yeah, but we might not be able to get enough soap. Like I'm like trying to
then you
like
don't
the
want
germs.
bacteria.
Yeah. And I'm
So
like trying to explain.
It's almost like she's an efficiency expert, like your household efficiency management.
Yeah. I still do that stuff.
Yeah.
From my mom, like the soap, the toothpaste.
Really?
Make sure you fucking iron that shit out.
Not only that, but especially like when you know how to cook and how to use ingredients in different ways. Like even my buddy E-Dub from LA, his mom, when I was crashing with them for a couple weeks, his mom was staying with them. She's old school from Los Mochis. Or like, but Sinaloa, like where some shit, like you'd watch Narcos and you'd see Los Mochis in the fucking show. But anyway, that's where she's from. And like she'll find ways to be like, oh, no. That's going to be sandwiches. That you're going to see that in a sandwich tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be like.
Well, the fruit that we forgot to take for the artist, she pureed all of it, made kiwi applesauce puree. Mango, pineapple,
off of the green room snacks that we forgot to take.
That we forgot to take
in the fridge hidden behind some shit.
Oh.
So she turned it all, and we all been eating it. My sister came, she's like, I told my sister, I said, add some apple juice to that pineapple puree. It's gonna be delicious. And she's like, oh my god. Then my sister's calling me. How does Luisa make that? It's like, oh my god, you just put it in the blender. But it was funny because she was like, we're not throwing this away. We're not letting it go to waste.
That's just
She's
that
like,
experience.
We're going to turn it into something while I was telling Pete, hey, we really need to eat this fruit. We can't let it go to waste.
Let's hurry up and eat this fruit before it start getting slimy.
And so instead she turned it into something for us. But
good idea.
It was funny though, because going back to the story about the museum with the nannies, they were all sitting there. They all have like name brand strollers, right? So they're all talking, but it's almost like they were comparing like bosses, like status, almost like
my boss better than your boss.
Basically, like one of them like knows that she's got the most money, and then the other one's like got the other money. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're all in tears, and it's almost like, oh yeah, but your boss doesn't make as much money as our. It was kind of like that, the way they were talking.
So one was like the Kim of the nannies, one was the Chloe of the nannies.
Okay, here's where I'm going with it.
So it's the Kardashian nannies.
One of them's the younger one, which seems like she's the leader of the pack because she's the younger one and she speaks English pretty well. The other ones, I heard them speak English. By the way, they all speak Spanish to the white children.
That's good.
Because the parents probably requested that.
Yeah, exactly.
The
and so they know Spanish. Little girl's name is Liberty.
Liberty.
They're calling her Libby.
Libby, bájate, no.
Which I think Libby is such a cute name. I love the name. I don't like Liberty, right? But I love Libby. But anyway, she's like, no, Libby. Y el Caleb. She couldn't even say Caleb. And so, anyway, so they're all there. And the younger one, right? The leader of the pack. Ranya's little boy.
There's your friend Ranya.
It's my friend Ranya. Little boy throws this, like, we're at the water area of the Children's Museum. Throws this pipe. Just being a kid, you know what I'm saying? Didn't purposely do it. But Ranya immediately called, you know, like, hey, you don't do that. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Apologizing to the lady already, right? And that lady turns around. She says, hey, we don't do that. And I just said, whoa. And I looked at Ranya and I just felt boiling up inside. And I was just like, Ranya. She's like, Marisol. She's like, you know, sometimes people
hurt.
Yeah. She's like, sometimes when people have other issues, she's like,
they
just
it transmits in a different way.
Exactly. And I said, no, but she clearly saw
this
you
hoe
say,
crossed the line.
Yeah, she clearly saw you do this to your child. You know, she smacked his hand and said no, then immediately turned around and apologized to the lady for it. And she's just looking all mad. And I was like, Rania, I'm going to go say something in Spanish on top of that. No, she goes, don't. She goes, don't. She goes, some people just, you know, some mom. I said, that ain't the mom. I said, that's the nanny. She goes, Marisol, you cannot assume that. I'm like, she is. She is. I said, she is. All four of them.
La Libilu no es esta.
I said, all four of them sitting together, you know, are the nannies. That's like, they're speaking Spanish.
You're like, they look like us. They look like me.
I said,
they bite out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I was like, and then I started feeling bad. I was like, damn, maybe I was making an assumption.
You check it. Hey, representing your barrio.
Yeah.
What's up? We're over here keeping it firme. And you're over here disrespecting my barrio, esa?
Yeah.
That's how you get down, esa?
But you can all tell they're from the little, you know,
what?
Rich little area right there by the museum, you know, and they're all walking together. They all, not one has any, like, one of them had like a...
I detect a little bit of haterade.
I know. I was kind of like...
She like with their little strollers and stuff.
The little strollers, yeah.
Up here, you know what I'm saying? And the little young one.
But you know what?
She bilingual.
They're all dressed very nice, by the way. They're not like... They're not like... They've like... You know,
what you trying to say? What you mean?
You know, they're up to date. You know, I was just like tripping out. Instead of me like sitting there like having a conversation with my girlfriend, I was just sitting there observing them. I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, wow, this is so interesting, because I don't always get to do mom things because we're always working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I don't always get to go out and about. I've been making more of an effort. I'll be honest with you. I've told him, I'm like, I'm going to go do a play date with Rania today. Like it needs to happen. Like I need to do it. Like I'm just going to have to work when I'm done and do as much as I can after I get back, you know? And my friend goes early enough because her son has to go down for a nap at noon. So we meet at 10 in the morning and we leave by noon. So that's why we had to meet after that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's cool. You know, I still get to do the best of both worlds, you know, and then babysitter comes in, she takes over, we work. And it was just nice. It was really nice to be able to do that. And I just feel very fortunate. So.
And then when she's like 3, 4, 5 and you have to go to those places where it's like, you know, kids that are like 2 to 3 to like 7, 8, 9 and they're all playing together. And then they really get rough with the smaller ones. You're going to start throwing shit at the older kids. Because inevitably you go somewhere and these fucking kids that are 7, 8, 9 are just so bad compared to like a 3, 4, 5-year-old, and they're all playing together. And then that's when the roping is going to come out. Judo chop that bitch in the face.
Did I tell you what she did at the We Rock the Spectrum?
So Penny is 10 months old. She takes her to that indoor kiddie gym.
Oh, like a bouncy place?
It's not bouncy.
Not
it's
bouncy.
Like
it literally is for
like they'll have like
I saw that. You're right. I saw it.
They'll have like the foam, the rubber ground or whatever. But there'll be like little miniature, like a trampoline.
Yes,
for the bigger kids, there's a little miniature zip line. So they have a baby kitchen. Penny's over there playing with the kitchen.
And so there's a 3-year-old standing there, right? And she's kind of scanning stuff, playing, and Penny keeps trying to reach. Keeps trying to reach for that banana. And that little girl, I kept seeing her go like this. And I'm just watching her. I'm like, man, this little girl's really being, you know, she's 3, she's 10 months, you know? So I'm like, I'm going to take Penny away from there, you know, so that I don't get upset about it, you know, and she's getting pushed around. So I'm watching Penny keep reaching for it, with this little girl wouldn't let her get it. So finally, Penny gets mad, does this. moves all her toys out the way. Just
like, bitch.
Just moves them all. She does it when she gets mad here, you know? She just moves everything, goes like this, pushes her out the way, grabs the banana, and then she falls on the floor and puts it in her mouth. And then the little girl starts crying. She's like, Mom. And the lady's like, she's 10, she's a baby, let her play with it, you know?
Yeah.
And she's just looking, and Penny's like, what you gonna do?
She's like, her mama's mean mugging. Let them make it.
She's like, what you gonna do? Because I got this banana. And I was tripping because here I am scared that the 3-year-old's gonna, you know, bully my 10-month-old. But instead it was Penny that was the bully and pushed her out the way, grabbed the banana, and she fell on the floor, and she started playing with it.
She's tough like her mama.
No, I can see it.
Well, yesterday we took the girls to the park. And Mickey's been wanting to like shoot hoops. She takes a little basketball, and there's a group of neighborhood kids that are always there, and they're like, "Hey, Mickey," and they start playing horse and stuff. And then they pick up a little game of like 3-on-3, and they ended up getting this one big kid. What grade do you think he was in?
At least 8th.
He was probably like
a big kid,
maybe a big ass 7th grader. He might have been 8th, but he's just there chilling, flip flops and like some regular pants. I'm like, oh, he's not gonna play. They call him. The tearaway pants. He already got basketball shorts under. He kicks the chanclas off, pulls out like some badass red Nikes, Kyrie Irving, some new shit. He throws them on. He starts hooping on them kids. And then one of the kids had to go home, and they're like, oh man, who's gonna guard Caesar? The big kid. And Mickey's like, hey Dad, you want to play with us? You can guard Caesar. And I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, baby, I have the baby. I can't. Marisol's like, give me the baby. Go play. Like, hell no, man.
Threw him under
this
the
little
bus.
8th grade LeBron, bro. I'm looking around like, are those talent scouts in the bleachers? Like, what the fuck? Made an example out of me.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Keeping
funny.
it real, though.
Yeah, keep it real, you know.
But
Some
if you would've
8th graders are big, man. They putting too much hormones in them chickens. You know, them nuggets come pumped up.
I mean, Penny is in the 90%.
Oh, yeah?
Percentile
for height. So
and weight, maybe?
and
head size.
So she's a big old girl.
She got a big old Mayan head.
She's gonna be a big volleyball player, like thick, you know, spiking the ball.
Check this out. But
she's probably gonna be short.
Yeah, I asked the pediatrician, can you kind of tell already how tall she's gonna be? She's like, how tall are you? I said 5'1". How tall's her dad? I said maybe 5'6". And she's like,
on a good day.
and she's like, she's gonna be 5'3". I said 5'3". I said, then how is she so tall right now? She's like, she may just be one of those that just go boom, 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 like keeps, you know, just keeps growing, and then it'll just kind of plateau and stop, which is what happened to me. I was a tall 5th grader. I was like in my 5th grade picture, I'm with the tall
She's
folks.
in the back.
I'm in the back.
I was always in the front.
And
right next to the teacher.
Well, that was it. It was that one growth spurt. I grew to be 5'1". I was been 5'1" since 5th grade, bro.
I was always the littlest one, talk the most shit, biggest mouth. I could back it up sometimes. I'm just playing. Not really. I talk my way out of it. I can act like I could fight. So now now I'm actually like semi-learning.
You were Jason Bateman on the playground, talking your way out of shit.
Yeah, big time.
Cool and collected.
But man, today I damn near had to call the session over early. Damn near. Because I was like, okay, I need to just rest this round. Because I just feel beat up.
He's overtrained, myself.
Yeah, it's like I was like, my central nervous system. You know, never it's too much weed.
I'm
not
so
enough
excited
running.
right now. I feel like so motivated. Like I can't wait to. I guess for me, going to these sessions with Sean has been really like, I've got to get back close to what I used to be before, because I'm so frustrated with myself not being able to do a lot of the things, you know, and struggling so much to do it. So I'm looking forward to being able to. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to do like a fitness, like a online program type thing. Not really an online, but he's going to give me the workouts, you know, for June. I'm hoping that it's going to have to be a workout that he and I do together to get, so that I can have someone like holding me accountable to like, come on, you got to do it, because I hate cardio, right? Which is why I attend the conditioning classes at the jiu-jitsu, which is why I go to Crew Bob, which is why I go to Spin, Urban Jungle.
Was it Houston Muay Thai? Or, yeah.
I have to go to places
boxing.
like that. I just can't voluntarily like just, I'm going to go do cardio. I hated it whenever I was competing.
Well, yeah, there's different levels. Like when, for instance, you're comparing when you said when you were bodybuilding, boring indoor treadmill type, right? Elliptical, Stairmaster, I mean, I honestly, it's not that boring to me. You just got to be patient because you can have music, you can have podcasts, you can watch videos. How effective it is, that's another story.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like HIIT it's all on you. You could do hill sprints on a treadmill. Arguably, they might not be as effective.
I don't think they're
because it's like the ground is moving and you're just having to like move your foot to just not fall off.
Right.
Jogging is not even the same on a treadmill versus
Actual.
Those ones that are curved though are really, really.
Yeah, those are hard.
Yeah, those are
like
hard
really
though.
Mm-hmm.
With the tank wheel.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
It's like a kinetic movement.
Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, we
So-
should say that he's going to be on the podcast. So this episode will be first, and then we're going to have y'all's trainer on the podcast.
So he'll be
He's on
our
the next episode.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my check-in with Christine. I was telling her that I don't see the scale dropping. Like I haven't seen that number drop, but I am
Your body composition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I see it, and
I see it.
and I feel my clothes different too.
Let me see it.
So
Hashtag cum gutters. What?
Yeah. Right.
In the great words of Pimp C, let me see it. Let me see it.
So when's y'all's DEXA follow-up? Have y'all decided?
The
So
DEXA
I think we're
advice.
going to do it the 28th since we do a check, or we could even do the 27th since we check in that day with my with the nutritionist with Christine, and then maybe that same day we can schedule it.
See how the
this
numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before we go.
Gotcha.
Because I also want to hold ourselves accountable while we're out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when we come back on the 29th,
Yeah, don't fuck up. Don't be in LA.
Then we go get the next one. It's not like, okay, you just totally reversed.
Which is, I don't think y'all will do that out there. If anything, y'all will be even more like motivated to be in California and like keep with it.
Well, I'm looking forward to peeping the neighborhood and the area where we are. We're gonna have a rental car, but hopefully we could just like walk everywhere. Maybe there's a park or something nearby.
Yeah,
Some
when
bird
we
scooters.
get there, that's gonna happen. That's the first thing we're doing. Number one, we're finding the local coffee shop. We're finding a local park, like hangouts for the kids. Again, I'm not going with the babysitter this time, so we're gonna
we the babysitters.
We're the babysitters. So for work related wise, it's gonna have to be like, okay,
Super schedule.
it's gonna be. That's what I was telling him yesterday. I think Sean's here.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm gonna have rehearsals every day. Come on in. Yeah, come on in. Have a seat. Come on in. Have a seat. Yeah, we're wrapping this.
We're wrapping this one up. Okay.
Robert, nice to meet you. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about it.
Yeah. So what were we saying about North Hollywood?
Yeah. So hopefully we'll find all those things.
So everything's gonna have to be super scheduled because I'm gonna have rehearsals every day, pretty much, and I'm gonna find a way in case there's a day like a weekend. I don't know if weekends count, but and I have my shows scheduled. We have Irvine Improv June 2nd, San Diego June 6th through the 8th, and Oxnard and Hollywood and Ontario, the whole month of June. But also I want to do like some I don't want to call them bar gigs, but
open mics, I guess is what you want to call
they're
them.
not really open mics either. They're like shows. So it'll be like like Jesus Sepulveda and Jerry Garcia, maybe even Trejo. Well, I'm gonna do an all Spanish set for Jesus Trejo. He does a monthly thing called Trifecta. But anyway, my point is I'm gonna have a class on Mondays, then I'm gonna have rehearsals daily. I have my shows, but then I also want to kind of like network, peep the scene. Maybe get up on some of the stages and
Jerry
represent
told
my
me
barrio. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry told me about a babysitter friend that he uses for his kids. I may allow it one. I don't know. I'm so scared of other babysitters.
Mm-hmm. Well, Penny's little.
Yeah, she can't talk. She can't tell me what's going on. So hopefully Mickey will join a day camp with the YMCA since she wants to do basketball. You know how they have all those things. So she'll probably do that during the day. So she'll be busy, occupied with that. Then she'll have dance 2 days. We haven't decided if it's going to be 1 or 2 days out of the week.
I hope she didn't get my basketball genetics.
I saw her hooping. She's
not bad.
I post the ones where she makes it, because she'll be like, let me see. Did I make it?
Well, let me just tell you something. I love that she is very open now to trying new things. She was very closed-minded before and afraid, and she's a perfectionist. So if she's not perfect at it, she's almost afraid to try it. So if it's not within her comfort zone, you know, like she's very good at the arts, you know, and she's not afraid to try a new instrument. But basketball was just like, I really want to try it, you know? And I was like, really? And I was like, okay. I said, well, you didn't mention that. I could have found her something to, you know, if she really wants to do it. She's like, I think I'm going to try out next year for the basketball team. I was like,
Cool.
Oh, okay. Well, then we really need to go ahead and put you in a little basketball camp during the summer so that if you decide to, try out in the 7th grade, you have some skill, you know, for it. So she'll be pretty busy, and I'm excited for her. So hopefully we'll find a little basketball camp for her at the YMCA, and then she'll be doing acting classes, and then she'll be doing also dance classes.
Killing it.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to vlog, or we need to vlog.
We need to
as
vlog.
well.
I'm excited about that. I think I've kind of like I got my first influencer account.
Oh.
So I'll be getting some products, CBD products sent in to me.
Dope.
And they reached out, so I'm kind of excited
Yeah, 'cause
about
my baby's
that.
influential.
And then Amazon finally reached out to me if I wanted to join the influencer program.
I don't want to say it was Jeff Bezos himself.
Stupid.
Signed letter.
Right.
Handwritten.
Your handwritten, signed. But so I've just joined. So all the stuff that I order, I will now be able to post it and then, you know, share it with everyone. So I'm excited about that.
Nice. Certified. Put a stamp on it.
Yeah, right. So ladies, I'm going to start vlogging more and posting more. So hopefully today I'm going to post a video of like my back and bicep workout. So
Well, how you can do it, like a voiceover, like this?
I've just been putting a song and just letting them watch the workout, and then like in the caption I've just kind of been putting like what the workout is, what it helps, and then that's it. I need to get better at explaining, but because remember I told you I hate watching videos that like talk and like just freaking do the workout. I kind of just would rather just do the workout, and then I have to find a cool and creative way for me to like
a quick intro.
to like,
just 15 seconds, like today we're hitting back. This is a 30-minute thing. You know, you got to go to a gym because it's mostly machines.
Yeah.
We're doing 3 sets per exercise. You know what I'm saying? We're hitting the front of the leg, back of the leg, whatever you're doing.
Front of the leg, back of the leg.
yeah. So I'm
Jeff
hoping.
Bezos texting my girl right now. I don't know what's going on.
This one might be a little bit of a short episode, but we got more coming for you guys.
But yeah. So what else are we? Didn't you have some topics from last time that we didn't get to?
I
Or
did. It was more of a we would do
Current
a
events?
current event kind of show. You still want to?
If you got it, if not, I mean, Marisol was talking about Jeff Bezos, and then
I mean, some quick ones are going to be like there's a new Batman on the rise. You guys hear about who's going to be the new Batman?
no,
Who is it?
Robert Pattinson.
I thought he was gonna say Michael Pena.
Bro.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool, huh? Remember who that is?
Who?
Twilight. The Twilight vampire guy, the main character.
Man, I'm old, bro. I never got into Twilight.
That's gonna be your new Batman.
I'm not. So he was with the wolf people. Or was he a vampire?
He was
or
one of the
what?
vampires in the. I mean, I didn't watch
And
it
now
either,
he's a
but
Batman.
he's gonna be Batman.
That's how you know we're getting old. Cause usually coming up, it'd be like, oh, Michael Keaton or Christian Bale, like Ben Affleck, like somebody you kind of know. And now I'm getting old to the point where I'm like, who the fuck this young ass Batman they got? But the way I've been training, I fuck around, be like a little paisa X-Man or something, you know.
Okay.
Some little, like the termite. Something.
The termite?
La cucaracha.
I was just gonna say that.
La cucaracha. Wow.
Do you guys remember? Well, obviously you remember, but the show The Jeffersons.
Of course.
You see how they're making a live? They're bringing it back,
What, like theater?
and it's basically gonna be like a play. Like it's gonna be live on ABC. And,
Live on it, like a sitcom?
or rather, All in the Family and The Jeffersons meet all-star cast for ABC's live special. You got Jamie Foxx, Wanda Sykes, Woody Harrelson, Marissa Tomei.
So it's a live special.
Yep. So basically, it's almost like a play.
And then I wonder if they're going to like run it repeatedly, like how many episodes, or it's just a special. Like they're just going to film it, do a few takes.
That's a good question, because those shows back in the day, like they would walk on set and they would clap because it was in front of a live studio audience, right?
Well, even today, a lot of sitcoms are in front of a live studio audience.
Oh, are they still?
They
Yeah.
don't broadcast
Oh,
it
it's
live.
not.
What do you mean?
This is gonna be. They're gonna actually come on and do the show, broadcast it live with a live audience there.
They used to do that way back in the days.
What show?
I don't remember, but we saw a whole documentary about it.
Well, sitcoms are done live. I think what Rob's saying is it's probably more of a theater type setting, like a play.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that it's gonna air live.
Yes.
Whereas a sitcom, they still kind of like edit,
Correct.
pick their options,
Yes.
pick up shots.
So if you see some of the ads for him now going around on Instagram and Facebook, I don't know if it was Jamie Foxx. Somebody's like, you never know what I might say. I might say fuck. You know, they bleep it out.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah, but anyway.
No, you're not, Jamie.
You know better, Jamie.
Jamie, come on, bro. You know we from Texas, bro. We just out there trying to make it do what it do.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is from Texas.
Is it really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Hey, this is off subject. Shout out my homie Richard Cabral. He has a podcast, and today I heard the episode with Emilio Rivera, the actor who plays. He's the leader of the Mayans, but he was in Sons of Anarchy, and I worked with him in Philly Brown. So he's a dope. He has like the big mustache, but he's like for real from the streets. And I heard the episode today, so I recommend it, especially if you're trying to get into the acting game. But he talked about like gang life and just like pain and hurting and just how he was raised and how he would tell his dad like, oh look, I want to like actors, only rich white people get to be actors. And like talks about like he had this bad stuttering problem, but then he got in the school play and he killed it, didn't stutter at all because he had his lines, and nobody from his family went because he's like, I get it, they're busy or whatever. But anyway,
that's cool.
I thought that shit.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, it gets in.
Oh,
it's
that's
intense.
interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
And Emilio actually recommended like 2 acting books, and I have them. Luckily, those didn't make it to half price books, right? Because I accumulate shit and I got to get rid of it. But he even says too that his acting coach, he would pay him $40 for the hour, and he literally just cry.
Damn.
He'd be like, I just needed a safe place to cry out some shit and therapeutically. And then Richard's like, yeah, he said, once I figured out acting can be therapeutic, he's like, that was a game changer for me.
Oh, that's
because he's like they have a lot of like point of reference for pain, and they talk about like coming up in the gang life, and they were talking about like getting jumped in, having to do time for other people for some shit you didn't do, or people doing time for you for some shit you did, and how he had to like when Hollywood started, he started opening the doors, it's the how he had to kind of like respectfully opt out of the gang life. Like he had to show up and be like, hey, I want to get out the way I got in. I have a tattoo here. I'm gonna cover this up, and then I got the tattoo here, whatever. The neighborhood. I'm gonna get it removed here, and but he said he rode with some heavy hitters, and they were just kind of like, okay, we see what you're trying to do.
Wow, that sounds like a very cool
cool
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to listen to that episode.
But I need to hit them up while we're in LA.
Yeah,
on top of
Emilio what? What's the last name?
Rivera. Yeah. So, and this is another quick interesting thing he said. He said that when he first got on to Sons of Anarchy for the pilot, he was just gonna be like a season regular. Season regular, right? He was still gonna have speaking lines, so he was still gonna get residuals. He said, but they had me as part of the Sons of Anarchy group, motorcycle gang, and he's like, I'm Mexican, and there's lines in the script where they're like, we're gonna fucking go kill these wetbacks and fuck these beaners and stuff like that. And he's like, to me, it didn't make sense because I'm right there next to him. Like, bitch, I would have said something. And that the producers ended up seeing the rough cut, and they were like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. They had to reshoot the whole thing. He gets fired, so his agent says, I have good news and bad news. And he says, you're fired from Sons of Anarchy.
What the fuck?
You're fired from Sons of Anarchy. You're not part of that group no more. But they like you so much that they want to rehire you as the leader of the other gang. So now you just got a bigger role.
Oh, that's dope.
Basically. And
That's
he
really dope.
He just said X amount of seasons later, and then with the spinoff of the Mayans that has its own show. And then he also tells the story of that one time he was going to direct a project, and they were going to have this one guy play his son. He said the guy wasn't even Hispanic. He was going to play the son. And he said, Richard Cabral, he said, I knew him. I wanted to give him a chance. The people involved were like, nah, he's not really known. Well, this guy's more known. And we are going to pay him. He's like, well, give him half. He'll do it. He's like, it was still a lot of money. Long story short, they slept on Richard, right? He said a year later, who's getting nominated for an Emmy? Richard fucking Cabral.
Wow.
And he told them dudes, he's like, don't ever fucking question my shit. He's like, I know talent. And since he said that, he did show me love on the set of Philly Brown. And I say that to say this. How we doing on time, Rob?
We're good. We're about 45 in.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well,
this was a short but sweet, and we got to talk a little about parenting. I'm still trying to catch my breath from my physical fitness issues that I'm having. I want to do a rest day tomorrow, but Marisol told me we got to get with Sean tomorrow, so I'm just processing all of that. I hope everybody has a great week. Don't forget, we're going to be living in LA for the month of June. We have Irvine coming up, San Diego, Oxnard, Hollywood Improv, and Ontario.
maybe on the IG account we can put suggestions for us to check out and stuff to do.
All suggestions welcome, from activities,
Coffee shops,
things to
especially.
see,
Yeah, for sure.
places to go, stuff to eat, hangouts.
Yeah. Programs. If you guys know of any good summer programs, that would also be dope too. We'll be in the NoHo area, so if you guys
This particular clip, man, export this because I want to push this out there so people know the drill, what we got going on.
Yep.
Because I want to find a way to brand it. We just
I thought
haven't.
you said brown it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
I wanted to find a way to brand it, but we haven't really figured out. But all the podcast listeners, y'all know what's up.
Yep.
It's us. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for tuning in.